What's up, everybody? If you don't know me, my name's Kevin and I make videos. Today we are on our way to Vancouver, my first domestic flight. This trip I'm joined by my girlfriend, Lauren. She'll be interesting. Let's go check in. Today we are taking Flair Airlines, which is Canada's first budget airline. I'm gonna give a little review. So because Flair is a new airline, I'm assuming that's why the terminal, not the terminal, but the location of the actual departure to the plane is really deep in the airport. And they actually had us take a picture of the map when we checked in. Where did we start? Where did we enter from?
That was our entrance, and then our plane is here.
If you're late,
it would be a big deal if someone actually lost their boarding pass, which happened.
Alright, I lost it at security, but...
You lost it before we got to do anything.
Well, you know,
you were ready to walk away.
She scanned it and she didn't give it back to me. Anyways, the only issue is if you're late for your flight, yeah, it's a walks away. If you remember from the Peru vlogs, Felix, he moved out here to Vancouver about 2.5 months ago for a job opportunity, and he invited us down since he's settled in now. Clarence arrived last night. Felix is at work right now. Clarence is on the way to pick us up from the airport, and we'll see what Vancouver has in store for us. Of course, it's raining. That's what Vancouver is known for. It's no biggie.
It's not raining.
What up, man? So we just got to the hotel here in Vancouver, right in Yale Town, and I wanted to do a more in-depth review of Flair Airlines. As I said before, Flair Airlines is Canada's first budget airline, and we managed to snag a crazy deal to Vancouver for only $400 each. When we were looking at Flair Airlines, tickets were even at around $330 to $350, so you can get that really cheap because a regular ticket from Toronto to Vancouver averages around $700 to $800, so we saved quite a bit of money. Now, the drawback to taking Flair Airlines, a budget airline, is you are going to get what you pay for. Don't think that you are going to get the quality and level of comfort that you would if you flew with the big name ones. You are going to get exactly what you pay for. The seats were very uncomfortable in my opinion, but then again, I've only really flown Air Canada, and Air Canada is one of the top of the line airlines here, so I noticed a considerable difference. I usually sleep throughout the whole plane ride, no matter where I'm going or how long the plane ride actually is. Usually that's the case, but with Flair Airlines, because the seats were so uncomfortable, the seats were also very tightly packed, that I kept waking up 10 to 15 minutes in increments throughout the whole entire flight. Most airlines will include a free carry-on as well as your personal item, and sometimes with the main airlines they also include a free checked-in bag. Now Flair, because it's a budget airline, you don't get that luxury. You can have a personal item. For carry-on you need to pay extra for that, and that's $35 additional, and for a checked-in bag that's an additional $30. So you need to factor that into the cost when you do buy your tickets. When you check in online, you can choose your seats just like any other airline, any of the standard seats, and if you want the plus seats for Flair Airlines, it is an additional charge. The difference between plus and standard is really nothing in the physical sense for the seats. The seats are exactly the same. The only thing as plus is the first 10 to 15 rows. If you check in within 24 hours before your flight, you can choose plus seats with no additional charge. It did save us maybe a little bit of time and comfort, but generally it made no difference because the seats were exactly the same. Overall, I would say Flair Airlines is what you get. You know, you are paying for exactly your experience with that airline, and it's going to be as cheap and minimal of service that they can provide with such a low airfare. There are no TVs on this airline like most main ones, and it also is very tight with the seats. So you are kind of fighting for armrest space with the person beside you, and the armrests are very, very small. Leg room isn't so bad, but it's still pretty tight compared to any other main airline. The plane is much smaller. If you are saving like we did around $200 to $300 for the flight, it could be worth it if you can withstand a little bit of uncomfortability. But for me personally, I would pay the extra, let's say $150 to make that difference for a main airline where I'm going to be a lot more comfortable for a long flight, especially if they have TVs to keep my mind occupied, because even though you should be able to sleep, you get what you pay for. That's my review on Flair Airlines. I hope that helps out anyone who is interested in paying a cheaper price for a cheaper airline. As always, let's get this money.
You gotta slow mo that.
Hey, my God. I'm good, man. How are you, yo?
Good.
You're blessed. Look at you. You're fire right now. Jeez. Check the drip. Check the Vancouver drip. Did you just call work just to get your keys?
Yeah.
Right. And then you're off at 5?
Vacuum, I need to drop off and shit.
Oh, okay.
You guys doing some shopping?